Princess, and today I'm going to be talking about my birth story. Are you hungry? So he's 3 weeks old so far. He was born September 20th. So my labor actually went very fast. It was a 6-hour labor, and normally it takes for a first-time mom between 10-16 hours, easy, maybe more. It was very fast, and I'm grateful that it was very fast because my contractions were so painful and so excruciating. They gave me the epidural at 9.5, almost 10 centimeters dilated, so I went through the whole thing basically natural, except for the pushing part. The pushing part, they gave me the epidural right before I started pushing. So let me start from the beginning. September 20th, the day he was born, was a Sunday, and that day I woke up at 4 a.m. with contractions. They were pretty painful, but they weren't that bad. My fiance had prepared the bath for me that night. He prepared the bath for me, and we were there for about 45 minutes to an hour. My contractions were 4 minutes apart easy. They were 4 minutes apart, and I had intense back pain too. Once we reached an hour, so at 5 a.m., that's when we started packing. Went to the hospital at around 5:15 a.m. and a lady comes down to, I'm at this point I'm in a wheelchair, and she's picking me up to go to labor and delivery. And the whole time she was kind of like stopping and not rolling me over to labor and delivery. And she asked me at one point, she was like, "Are you okay? Like, what's your problem?" Because I was like kind of moaning and grunting, and I was yelling at one point because I was in excruciating pain. Like, literally when I got to the hospital, I was already in excruciating pain. It was so bad at this point. And I told the lady, I was like, "What's your problem? Like, I'm literally in labor and right now." And she's like, "Yeah, but you're like yelling." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm in labor." And anyways, whatever, we got to the room, to labor and delivery room, and they started checking my temperature and everything. They did the corona test on me, which I asked them if they could wait until my contraction passed, but they didn't want to wait, which was a different nurse. Right after that, they want to check my dilation, and I asked the nurse, this is a different nurse as well, if she can wait until my contraction passed because I had a really bad contraction. She was like, "Nope." She stuck her 2 fingers there, and I literally yelled and screamed. Like, that was so painful. And I've watched YouTube videos before, and most women say that it's just like uncomfortable, but checking your dilation is painful. It was super painful for me, at least. And at this point, I'm 5 centimeters dilated. I'm 5 centimeters dilated. My fiance isn't there with me because I have to wait until the result came back negative, which takes 2 hours, by the way. So I was literally alone. I was in such a vulnerable space just because I don't know anyone there. I've already experienced 2 nurses that were just rude to me, 2 to 3, because really it was 3. The nurse that rolled me over to labor and delivery, the nurse that did the coronavirus test, and the nurse that checked my dilation. Like, they just didn't want to wait until my contraction passed, and they could have at least said, "You know what, like, let's do it with the contraction, like, it's fine, it's okay." But they didn't even say that. They just did it. So anyways, I was just kind of sad and really in just a vulnerable space because my fiance wasn't there, and I really just wanted someone to hold my hand and just be there for me. And one nurse did hold my hand, and she was motivating me. She was telling me, like, "You got this, like, everything's going to be fine. Your body was made to do this." And that really just made everything so much better, the whole experience so much better. So anyways, after like 10 minutes of checking my dilation, they want to check it again, just because I didn't have any more breaks. Like, my contractions were not 4 minutes apart anymore. I don't know how long they were, but I know they weren't 4 minutes apart. They were very close together. So they checked my dilation. Hey, come on, puppy. So they checked my dilation, and at this point I'm at 9.5, almost 10 centimeters, and fully effaced. Like, I'm ready to push this baby out. And I literally started crying because I just really wanted my fiance there. I really needed him there. So anyways, after they told me I was 10 centimeters dilated, they admit me to the delivery room finally. I'm finally in the room. The lady with the epidural is there waiting for me. And again, I asked the lady with the epidural if she can wait until my contraction passed, and she said no. She was like, let's do this with the contraction. At least she told me this time. She was nice. She told me this time, you know what, let's do it with the contraction, like it's fine. And I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but okay. I ended up doing it. When they inserted the epidural, I really didn't feel it. I think I was more focused on my contraction than the actual epidural. Anyways, after they administered the epidural, I felt amazing. And my fiance came right after they administered the epidural. So I was just so happy. I was so relieved when I saw my fiance and when I didn't feel my contractions. It was literally heaven. The doctor came in a little bit after and checked my dilation. So he said that I was 10 centimeters dilated. By the way, it didn't even hurt this time because of the epidural. It just felt uncomfortable this time. So he said I was 10 centimeters dilated and I was fully effaced. I'm ready to push, but he just said he wanted to wait maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Ooh. He just wanted to wait 30 minutes to an hour for the baby to drop a little bit more, just so I don't have to push for more time. I would push for less. So instead of pushing for like 2 to 4 hours, 2-3 hours, I'd push for much less time than that. Though I didn't. We started pushing an hour later. At 8 a.m. we started pushing, and I got him out at 10:12 a.m. So I pushed for 2 hours, almost exactly 2 hours. And that's when this little guy was born. And honestly, it was just such a rewarding experience. So let me tell you, even though I did have like some rude nurses, I also had the most amazing nurses throughout this whole experience. And I didn't have my fiance for maybe half of my labor, but I do want to say that this experience was so positive, and it was honestly better than what I imagined. The pain was very excruciating and painful. Like it was intense, but it was better than what I imagined. It was just felt like super painful period cramps. So I do want to say it was a positive birth experience. So that was my birth story. Let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely gonna be posting more content on like baby things, motherhood things. I do have 2 diaper bags I want to review. Mine, which is my Fawn Design bag, and my fiance's, which is tactical baby gear, and he'll do that video. So let me know what you guys think, and please subscribe to my channel.